bullseye.
Hey guys, my name is Exeter, and today I'd like to talk about Call of Duty and Advanced Warfare in particular, since that is the COD that's out, and why we see decreasing support of the franchise over the last 3 games. I mean, Black Ops 2 really started this trend, and it's just kept on going. I mean, after Black Ops 2, a lot of people said that didn't like the game. You know what, this is a pretty shitty game, but hopefully the next one will be better. Hopefully the next one will be better after Ghosts. Hopefully the next one will be better after Advanced Warfare, because it is made by Treyarch, so, you know what, at a point, you're like, is it really the game, or is it the people, or what is it? So, it's obviously the game. I mean, there's no question it's the game, and I really want to explain why. Now, before I start this commentary, though, I want to tell you guys I'm sick. I still am, so if there's a difference in my voice, that's why. If I stutter a bit at sometimes, or, I take a break and you'll notice, that's because I am sick still. But that's why I haven't been posting a lot. I'm sorry about that, but let's get started. So, to explain why there's this huge downfall in support, I want to go over some statistics from Guns Back in MW3, because I think I found the real reason, and that is that weapons aren't balanced correctly. And everyone's like, yeah, I know, they're never balanced correctly, but what I mean is, in a class, in MW3, there were 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 guns that everyone used. And when I say everyone, I mean there were like 4 guns that at least everyone used in each class. In Advanced Warfare, how many guns does everyone use in each class? 1. Exactly. There's only 1 good gun in every class. If you go over the statistics, you see this. The ASM-1, the BAL, that's it. Nothing really else. You can go over some pistols. Okay. Atlas 45, shit. It's really the RW1 that's best. The Moors is the best one. I mean, the Atlas 20mm it's right behind it, but Moors the best one. There's an obvious best gun in every single class. Well, if you go to MW3, then you see a huge difference between the weapons. I mean, take the snipers, for example. Even the snipers had variation. Even the frickin' snipers. So, that just shows how poorly they've done the class setups in this game. I mean, look at how many guns there were in MW3 too. In the SMG class, there were 6. In the AR class, there were like 9 or 10. And if you look now, there's 6 again, but there's only 4 you can use, and 2 that are actually usable. So, when you go into this game, Advanced Warfare, and you try using the guns, you see that there's none you can use. There's 2 you can use in one class and still do well. Even 1 SMG that you can use nowadays and do well. So, the whole thing is really just, what's the best thing in the game, and how can I manipulate it to the best possible standards so I can go try hard, kill people, and it'll be fair for me. Well, that's why I'm here. That's why I want to do this commentary, because I feel it's unfair that people have to do that to themselves and they can't mix it up. That's why I see a lot of people not playing the game, because they just feel like it's not fun because they use the same thing every time. It's like Timefall. It's why a lot of people stop playing Timefall, because Timefall is a great game. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love that game. But the fact that you have to use the same thing, I mean, they still have a lot of gun variation, and the guns are different and enjoyable, but you use them so much after a period of time, because there's only a few guns in the game, that it just gets boring. So when Timefall 2 comes out, there's going to be a huge flock towards that game, because it's a great game, and it will be a great game, and they'll definitely learn from their mistakes and put a lot more into it. But unlike COD, they're not going to make the same mistakes, and this is why. They develop these games, and what this really boils down to is, I'm going to explain. So, in MW3, you look at the stats of the SMGs, for example, and what were your favorite SMGs? MP7? Maybe. P90? Maybe. PP90M1? Maybe. UMP45? Maybe. Those were all great SMGs. They were all some of the best SMGs. What were the differences between the two? Well, the MP7 and the UMP45, same exact damage and range. No, I'm not kidding. Same exact damage and damage over range, or damage over range, yeah. P90 was the exact same as the PP90M1. So where am I getting at? These guns are the exact same as each other. The same exact damage over range and statistics. What's the difference between the two? What's the difference between all of these 4 SMGs? The MP7, P90, PP90M1, UMP45? Well, they all went from 3 to 5 shots to kill. They all had pretty large clips. They all had over 30 bullet clips. They all had pretty fast aim down sights and stuff like that. I mean, they were all the same aim down sights. They all had pretty fast run speed because they are SMGs. They all had pretty low recoil. The difference was aim down sights time, reload speed, and size of the clip. Those were the main differences between the two, or these 4 actually. And what does that mean? They are identical guns with different bodies, which means also when you use them, they feel different. They feel like different guns, so they're going to feel different, but that's why there's overwhelming support for all of these, all 4 of them, because they're all great guns. Think about it. Think about why you liked it. And now take the other gun and think about why you liked it. Use that RSMG. Was the iron sights that you didn't like the P90? Maybe. Well, then why'd you like the MP7? Iron sights? Why didn't you like the UMP45? Iron sights? Why'd you like the PP90M1? You like those open iron sights? Exactly. You tricked yourself into thinking that some guns were bad because the way they looked when they were the exact same. While in Advanced Warfare, you can't even do that because you'll get fucked in the ass if you try using a different gun. I mean, not as hard as you think, but it will still be pretty hard. Pretty damn hard. So, that's why they had variations, because they thought, oh, you know what, we did a shitty job, and we don't want to change it, so let's just add in more OP guns, or really terrible guns. Yeah, terrible. I mean, some guns can be really bad. But, yeah, let's look at these assault rifles for the same exact game, MW3. Let's see, okay, ACR, of course, the baby of the game, longest 3-shot kill range, or, actually, that's what people think, but it's the second longest. Well, or no, it's the longest. It's just tied with the SCAR. But yeah, the SCAR and the ACR, that bad boy, they're tied for the longest range when it comes to 3-shot kills. MK14 sitting there with the 2 to 3-shot kills because it's a semi-auto gun. Type 95 sitting there with the 55 damage, which is a 2-shot kill for a semi-auto. Also, it's a burst fire. Going down the 5 shots. You know, those are the few variables. But then the rest are pretty much the same. I mean, then there's the CM901 that has massive 4-shot damage range or whatever. Yeah, massive 4-shot range. Really small 3-shot range. But it just drops off. So we see actually a lot of similar guns that sound different. But if you look at the stats, they aren't actually that different. Because the M4A1... pretty much the same thing as the G36C, except for it has 5-shot damage. Its final thing is 3 to 5 shots instead of 2 to 4 shots. So or 3 to 4 shots. So yeah, that's that one. And yeah, so you pretty much look at these guns, and here there's a little bit more variation in the assault rifle class. That's why we see more guns that are like individuals, like the ACR, the SCAR, CM901, AK, stuff like that. But in the end, these actually aren't huge amounts of variation. I mean, all it is really range. Because they made the damage the same for all the guns. All they did was just change the range and really increase or decrease the damage based on if they wanted headshot, like high headshot multipliers or not. So anyway, that was it. But after all that, I just was looking through it as I was talking. But after all that, looking back at Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, Black Ops 2, you really realize that all these nerfs and patches are because they start off with a gun that's just too strong. And they feel like, oh, we should bring that one down. But then when they bring all the other ones down, and they don't change the worst one's going to become the best one. Then when the worst one becomes the best one, they change the worst one to the worst ones. So now they're all worse ones. And there's no good gun. Because they're all the exact same at a shitty level. Where they could have all been pretty much close to the exact same at a higher level, and there would have been no issue. Because think about it like this. When all the guns in a game are the exact same, look different, have a little bit different recoil, everyone's going to love them. When all the guns are the exact same, have huge recoil, terrible damage, no one's going to love them. When you have one gun that has massive, like, range, you know, huge damage, low recoil, and some of the best stats in the game, everyone's going to love it until they get bored. So that's pretty much the one thing I want to say before we walk away from this commentary. That exact thing. That if you have one gun in a game that's great, people love that gun until they get bored of the game. If you have several guns in one class that are great, people are going to love the game because there's so many different good guns they could use and still do well. And if all the guns in a class are shit and they, you know, it's terrible, they're not even going to use them anymore. They're just going to see, hey, you know what? This isn't even worth it. They're not even good. So they won't use it. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys liked this commentary. If so, hit the like button down below and subscribe for more content. Like I said earlier, I've been sick for the last few weeks. That's why I haven't been able to do a video, sadly. But anyway, so here we are. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Peace out and goodbye.